What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this episode of Restoration with Vic. For today's episode, we got the super trash AJ2 Melos. This colorway was inspired by the Denver Nuggets color scheme. Such a dope shoe, but it's super trash. These shoes were released in 2004, so that makes them 16 years old. They are super brittle, so we're going to have to be very careful throughout the restoration process. Make sure to tune in to the very end of the video to see the final results. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, you guys, is put this shoe to the side for before and after purposes. Next, we're going to remove our laces and insole. Next, we're going to grab our Reshoevn8r shoe tree, adjust its size, and pop it inside the shoe. Now we're going to pop open our essential shoe cleaning kit. We'll need our towel, 4-ounce bottle of solution, and of course our 3 brushes. We got our stiff brush, medium bristle brush, and our soft bristle brush. We're ready to go. All right, now we're gonna grab our 4-ounce bottle of solution and squirt 2 squirts into our bowl of water. Alright guys, we're prepped, ready to go. The first brush we're going to be using is our soft bristle brush to start breaking down all the grime on the uppers and the insides of the shoe. Uppers are looking a lot better, you guys. Before we move on to the medium bristle brush, let's take out our shoe tree so we can focus on the insides. Alright guys, insides are good to go. We're all done with the soft bristle brush for now. Now we're going to move on to the medium bristle brush to take care of the deep stains all around the white leather. Alright guys, uppers are good to go. I did all the scrubbing I could possibly do on the uppers of the shoe. Now we're going to move on to our last brush, which is our stiff bristle. We'll use this brush to take care of these outsoles. Alright guys, soles are overall pretty good to go. The last step we gotta do before we clean up this insole and laces is to take care of the gum on the side of the shoe. We'll be using some goof off, something to pick it with, and a rag to remove this. Alright guys, this shoe's fully cleaned up. We'll put this shoe to the side. Let's grab our laces and insole. Now let's go ahead and put our laces inside our bowl of water and give it a quick scrubbing. Laces are good to go. Now let's grab our insole, our soft bristle brush, and give it a nice scrubbing. Insoles are good to go. Shoes are looking great. Same thing with the laces. We are good to go, you guys. We're gonna let them dry, come back so we can move on to the next step. We are back, YouTube. We got the shoe fully dried, ready to go. As you can see, we got the majority of the stains off the white leather and all around the shoe. We still have a couple of stains on the rubber area and some on the uppers. I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna take care of that later on in this video. What we're gonna focus on now is removing the yellowing from the soles, and we're gonna try to remove the yellowing off this back heel tab. So you can see right here, it's supposed to be a blue color. Right now it has a green tint to it. Sometimes yellowing does not come out of these plastic areas, but we're gonna try anyway. We're gonna start off with the soles by putting Salon Care 40, Saran Wrap, and then putting them in my indoor setup. All right, guys, good to go with this. Let's go put these under my indoor setup. All right, guys, let's go ahead and put the shoe under our indoor setup. The light that I use is the Mars Grow light. You can find this on eBay. I don't want the light to be too close to the shoes because it will cause separation. So we're gonna put these boxes right there to give it some height. Boom, good to go. All done with this side. Now let's go ahead and flip it and put it on the opposite side with Salon Care 40.
Reshoevn8r.com.
Let there be light. All done removing the yellowing from the soles. As you can see all around, it's an even white, got rid of that dingy yellow. Now we're gonna try to remove the yellowing off the uppers. As you can see on the rubber, it is super yellow right here. This is supposed to be blue, right now it has a green tint. It doesn't look right, so we're gonna try to apply Salon Care 40 and try to remove all this yellowing using my indoor setup once again. All right, good to go. Back to the indoor setup. So I got the shoe at the indoor setup. Unfortunately, the Salon Care 40 did not work on the white or the blue. The colors are still green and yellow. It's all right. Unfortunately, the Salon Care 40 does not work on this material. So what we're gonna do next is clean the shoe up real quick off camera. Be right back. All right, guys, I got it back from giving it a quick clean. We got all that Salon Care 40 off the soles and this back cage. I also went ahead and removed all the scuffing all around using a Reshoevn8r wipe. Super easy to do. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on with this restoration and remove some of these deep scratches all over the toe box before we can start painting. We're gonna be using some 600 grit sandpaper and some 320 sandpaper to get them all nice and smooth. Once we're done with that, we'll start taping. All done sanding down the leather on the toe box and other areas of the shoe. It's not 100% smooth, it's still a little bit rough, but that's okay. The leather on the shoe was super chewed up, but it's a lot more presentable now. What we're gonna do now is finish up the prep work by going over it with acetone and cotton balls all over the upper. Prep work is complete. Now we're gonna start taping off the soles, the sock liner, and other areas of the shoe so we can start laying down our white paint. All taped up, you guys. That took a long time. We went ahead and taped off the soles. The plastic pieces, we didn't want to get any paint on those. We also taped up the leather up here. It's pretty damaged, it's wrinkling up. We don't want to paint those areas either. So we're good to go. Oh, one more thing. We also taped off the blue line right here. That took forever. Now let's lay down our paint. We'll be using opaque white paint through our airbrush. Cake's fully off, you guys. We got the uppers fully repainted. They look good. We got all that nasty scuffs all over the toe box fully covered up. We're ready to keep it moving. Now we're gonna tape off the uppers so we can lay down our blue paint on the midsoles. We're also gonna tape off the outsoles. All taped up once again. This time we'll be laying down our Melo 2 paint with a paintbrush. I love when I don't have to pre-mix these colors. This color is ready to go. Paint job is complete on this shoe, you guys. The last thing we gotta do to protect this paint job is to go outside and spray with some Crown Matte finish so we can come back and lace it up. Alright guys, that's gonna bring us to an end on this restoration of these Air Jordan 2 Melos. Let's go ahead and talk about how I brought these shoes back to life. The very first step I did was use a Reshoevn8r Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit to get this shoe fully cleaned up and setting out. Once that was good to go, we removed all the yellowing from the soles. We tried removing the yellowing from the back cage, but that did not work out so well. You can't use Salon Care 40 on this plastic material. Once that was good, we moved on to removing all the scratches and scuffs from the toe box area mainly. Once it was all smooth, we laid down our white paint. Then we taped off everything but the midsoles, laid down our blue paint, and then got it to this condition. There are a few flaws that I do want to point out, such as the leather on the uppers. As you can see, it's bubbling up like crazy all around. There's not much I can do about that. If I hit it with acetone, it'll completely eat it up. If I go with heat or apply paint, again, it'll start eating it up. So the best thing I can do is just leave it as is. Over here, we got a little pink stain. Originally it was red. I got it down to pink. It just didn't want to come out. Usually when you get stains like that on rubber or plastic, it simply doesn't come out. But overall, you guys, I'm happy with how this shoe turned out. Keep in mind, this shoe is from 2004. So overall, this shoe looks a lot more presentable. You can find our Reshoevn8r products you see right here at reshoevn8r.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you next Monday, guys.